Just over 1 year ago, I had a vision of the Lord coming back in the clouds, but it wasn't a vision of the rapture. It was the second coming of Christ. He wasn't coming back to welcome me with open arms. He was coming back to kill me because I was a sinner. I thought I was a Christian, but I had taken things onto my life that were not pleasing to Him. So right then I decided to rededicate my life to the Lord. I made a covenant, sort of, with God. I decided to quit smoking and quit drinking for God without asking for anything in return. And once I got to the point where I was completely quit smoking, I didn't have any problem quitting drinking because I wasn't drinking very much anyway. But once I finally quit smoking, I started having visions of future events. One that was quite fantastic that happened in church. I was at a Bible study at church, Wednesday night service, and the Holy Spirit was so strong in the service that the pastor actually stopped and waited for me to speak. Everybody stopped what they were doing. Everybody was awestruck by the presence of God, and the preacher was speaking and then just stopped speaking. I wasn't standing up praising God loudly or anything like that. I was just sitting there quietly with my eyes closed, tears running down my face. But she could feel the Spirit, and this is what I saw. I saw a great eastern city shaking, and those are the words that God gave me as well. And I have taken that to mean New York City will have a large disaster that will go along with shaking. I don't know if that means an earthquake or a bomb or what, but there's going to be a large disaster in the New York City area sometime in the future. And then I seen a map of the U.S. spread out before me, and the map was dissolving from the roads, starting from Washington, D.C., working outwards. And then that turned to looking at the East Coast from space. At night, you could see the lights of the cities over the eastern seaboard. I'm sure most of you have seen a TV picture of it or online or something. And the lights were blinking on and off, and finally off for good. So, and the Lord told me that there will be a blackout for more than 30 days, for a month. And then that vision changed to one at a time, small, pure white lights start appearing all over the map. And God told me that that was the true church rising. That there would be a falling away first, but a much smaller but stronger true church would rise from that. After that vision was over, the Lord told me to prepare for the things that were coming, to have 30 days worth of food, and to have something called a go bag. I didn't even know what a go bag was at the time. And a go bag is a small bag with medical supplies, a way to gather food and purify water, and to have cash on hand too. You will still be able to buy and sell things, but because of the blackout, ATMs and check systems won't want to work. Credit cards won't work and stuff like that. So you'll want to have cash on hand. You should have at least $100 worth of cash. God revealed to me that there was going to be two groups of people. One that would stay where they're at, and one that would have to leave where they're at. the ones that have to leave should seek out the ones that are going to stay. And the Lord told me that the ones that are to stay where they're at should take in the ones that have to leave, even if it means your house is overflowing. And not to hesitate to share your food and whatnot with others, because God will supply for you. God also revealed to me that praying will become more important than working or anything else. In order to survive, you'll have to be able to spend time on your knees in prayer. You may have to sit down at a table with no food and pray and have your food show up. What's most exciting is at the end of the vision is the rise of this true church. This true church will be very, very powerful in miracles and love and whatnot. Now, after this vision, I had some other visions. Visions of a great falling away of the church and an attack on the church by the homosexual community. This attack will be very organized. It'll attack on several different ways. I've seen where one of the things that they're going to do to attack is to go to churches and demand to be married. And if they're denied, then file suit against the pastor for a law that's not on the books yet, a hate speech law that is coming. And somehow between gay marriage and this new hate speech law, they're going to be able to attack the churches. Also, there's going to be an attack on the tax part of churches. They're going to attack the tax-exempt status of churches. And another thing that they're going to attack is this healthcare thing is going to hurt small churches somehow. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but because of the way that pastors and staff are going to have to buy insurance, that it's going to cost more money than it is right now for them. It's going to cause much smaller churches, like 50 to 100 people. It's going to cause them a great deal of financial trouble. I will have more later. I've also had a dream of an attack on the president by 4 white men in outdoor style work clothes, kind of ratty plaid sweatshirt type of thing, and regular dungarees or jeans, work boots. They're all white men, all in work type outdoor clothes, and they're going to attack the president. One thing, that the first lady will have to be kept down to remain safe, and that the president should go on ahead to be able to be saved, or to get ahead of what's coming. So we need to keep the president in prayer. And I realize that a lot of the things that are happening because of the president. But that doesn't mean that we should give up praying for the president. No matter what leader's in office, we need to be praying for the president of the United States. Even if he was meaning all this for ill against the church, which I don't know that he is, we should keep him in prayer as well. Anyway. And I know that this is going to open me up to ridicule. But we have to keep an open mind about prophecy. And if none of these things happen, then so what? But if these things do start to happen, then we need to be prepared. And the role, I don't want to call myself a prophet, but the role of a prophet is to warn people. So that's what I'm doing. I'm warning.